Not very good. Extremely disappointed that we came out flat as we did after an emotional win last night. And you're hoping as a coaching staff that last night's win could maybe spearhead something into where we could get some momentum going in terms of wins. But seems like it's right back to square one. Any of the game plan that we put together from watching the game last night and this morning was certainly not executed in that first period in all areas of our game. Obviously there was some resilience and some pushback in the second and third, but let's face it, at 5-0, it's been done before, but it's very, very difficult to, especially in a 3-3 or 3 2.5 days. So, we're pretty frustrated as a coaching staff right now with how that first period shook down.
What components are you looking for when you roll with 11-7, like a game like tonight?
Today was about roster management. I thought Peluso deserved to go in. He played 2 out of 3 last weekend and played well. And Hubie Labrie knows his role with the young defenseman always going to play. So we just decided to go 11-7 to get Hubie back in there, and the veteran situation and the center ice position as well. So those were all factors in terms of going 11-7. I also thought in talking to Boyer last night that I could get him some extra shifts. Maybe get him out there with Gaze and Bo as a line over the course of the game. But I wouldn't say it backfired on us, but that was kind of the mindset going in.
You mentioned that you feel like you're back to square one. How much does this undo kind of what happened last night and that little bit of the building block you?
Well, I think that what we were hoping for today was, it was a very emotional win last night. You could tell it when we tied the game and the winner, and we reminded the players not only last night post game but this morning how that felt, because we went through some adversity there, and we didn't execute, and they were moving their feet. I mean, they were ready to play in terms of trying to get the 2 points with their speed, and we were turning pucks over, and our forecheck wasn't very good. And, obviously I think our goaltending needs to be better as well. The numbers don't lie in that area, and you need to get some saves as well. So we're not letting anybody off the hook here in terms of that first period. From the goaltender out, you need to be better against a skill speed team that works a lot of their offense off transition. And that's certainly what happened in that first period tonight.
As a coach, can you, knowing your guys, can you sometimes sense a letdown is coming, or is this a one where they can see it coming?
I wasn't certainly foreseeing that today based off of last night. I was kind of hoping for a reverse effect where maybe what we did accomplish in the second period was part of the first period. But at the same time, I've been there as a coach before when you've got a 5-0 lead, and your tendency is to let up, and the other team's going to make a pushback because obviously there was a few words said after the first period. Now they had the ability to come back on us back in December, but their offense is second in the American Hockey League, where ours is 27th. So when we fall behind 5-0, I don't like our chances right now.
Teams like Charlotte, Manitoba, Tucson that play a lot of back-to-backs against the same team mentioned that it's really hard to sweep. Do you sense that with your team, especially you don't do this as often?
Yeah, it's I think any coach is always looking for a split, and we were able to sweep them there back in early January. But it doesn't happen very often. You're absolutely right, and especially when you're on the road. So I'm sure they're leaving pretty happy now that they got 3 out of 4, based on last night. But for us, we don't have it very often, or if we do, it's you play a Wilkes-Barre on a Wednesday and then you don't play them till Friday. So there's not that back-to-back concept. But I think as a coaching staff, for us right now, we needed 4 points and we only got 2. And but certainly that first period was disappointing tonight.
Moving forward, when you look at the next weekend coming up, any thoughts as of right now in terms of possible transactions with South Carolina adding a Mark Neri type player?
I think that anybody down there right now is a lot of what we have in terms of the lineup. Even with Chris Bork leaving on Tuesday, it still leaves us at 14 forwards because I anticipate Liam O'Brien being ready for the weekend and Langer as well. He's very, very close, and unless he has some kind of a setback, I believe he's going to be available. He's missed 7 weeks, so I don't anticipate him playing all 3 games. But 14 forwards is enough. Most coaches would prefer 13. So, obviously Washington will have a say in that, and that'll be something that'll be discussed tomorrow. But once we get back here on Tuesday, I'm anticipating those 2 additions, which will give us 14. So there's certainly lots of bodies there to pick from, and we'll just have to decide maybe tomorrow what we plan on doing, or maybe even go to Wednesday in terms of who's 100% going to be available for Friday. But the goal remains the same. We're going to come to work on Tuesday and try and make our team better. We've got a very youthful defense, and there's a lot of hockey left to be played, and there's a lot of hockey for them to get better, not only for the Hershey Bears, but for the Washington Capitals. And that's something we're going to continue to push here starting Tuesday morning.
All right, thank you.
Okay, thanks.